Dante's Inferno, Lord of the Flies, and the Penelopiad have in common. No, it's not that they were all written a long time ago. The Penelopiad was written by modern feminist author Margaret Atwood in 2005. Besides all being famous works of great literature, they are all, arguably, fanfiction. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines fanfiction as stories involving popular fictional characters that are written by fans. Dante's Inferno is fanfiction of the Bible and, arguably, the first self-insert fanfiction. Lord of the Flies is a fix-it fanfiction written after William Golding read popular children's book The Coral Island and felt that English schoolboys were not accurately represented in the book. The Penelopiad is the retelling of the Odyssey from the perspective of Penelope. Despite these famous literary classics being intensely studied in English classes all over the world, modern-day fanfiction is generally thought of with disdain, regarded as worthless, even disrespectful to the original creator. However, fanfiction should be regarded as a legitimate form of literature, just as surely as any book you can pick up off the shelf at your local library. Today, I will explain how the primary criticism against fanfiction, that it is disrespectful to and stealing from the original creator, is incorrect, and explain how fanfiction offers vital literary merit. One of the primary objections to fanfiction comes from the assertion that it violates copyright law and is disrespectful to the original creator. The argument goes that because original creators have full right over their work, any work based on the original work is an infringement of the original work. Over the years, there have been legal battles involving fanfiction, from an unauthorized Rocky Horror script to fanfiction based off of classic stories like Catcher in the Rye and Gone with the Wind. The end result in these court cases depended largely on whether or not the judge felt what was written violated fair use. According to Stanford Libraries, fair use is defined as any copying of copyrighted material done for a limited and transformative purpose, such as to comment upon, criticize, or parody a copyrighted work. This is the argument that fanfiction writers use in favor of fanfiction. The works they are creating are transformative, and when being posted to various fanfiction hosting websites, aren't being used for profit. Fanfiction isn't disrespectful to the original creator and content, but celebrating it. Do you know what the longest work of literature is? It is, in fact, fanfiction, based on the video game Super Smash Bros., called Subspace Emissaries World's Conquest. The writer first started writing this back in 2008, and is still going. It currently stands at over 4 million words. Now, do you really think that someone who would spend over a decade writing over 4 million words for free is disrespecting the original creators? Fanfiction is the exact opposite of disrespect. It is proof that someone loved what you created so much that they don't want it to end. They want the story to keep going with characters and worlds you created. Because of how much they enjoyed the original content, they want interactions and stories and situations that the original creator wasn't able to go into. Fanfiction also allows for the exploration of themes, ideas, and plot that either couldn't make it into the original work or the original creator wasn't willing to go into. It allows for the exploration of deep themes, such as abuse and trauma, overcoming adversity, and working past personal struggles, themes that may not have been properly explored in the original work. One of the most famous hallmarks of fanfiction is the sheer number of stories featuring same-sex relationships. The ability to explore queer relationships in a work of literature is an opportunity fanfiction affords a minority that is chronically underrepresented in mainstream media and often taken advantage of when it comes to things such as queerbaiting. This is one of the many points Diana Flogel notes in her research study, Write the Story You Want to Read, World Queering Through /Fanfiction Creation. In this study, she interviewed several fanfiction authors to get their opinion on why fanfiction is so important to them. They note that /fanfiction, of fanfiction with a gay pairing, was a way for them to create the kinds of stories that are rarely featured in mainstream media. It also gave them a chance to explore and develop their own identities. Other writers used fanfiction as a way to correct the violence, exclusion, and isolation experienced by many members of the LGBT+ community today, and often portrayed in common depictions in the media. These works are supposed to be cathartic, both for the writers and for the readers. Fanfiction also allows for granting agency to those denied it in the popular mythology. As Pam Chandler and Madhavi Sunder put it in Everyone's a Superhero, a cultural theory of Mary Sue fanfiction as fair use. They continue. These stories challenge a patriarchal, heterosexist, and racially stereotyped cultural landscape to contest with popular media stereotypes of certain groups, such as women, gays, and racial minorities. Where popular media might show these groups as lacking agency or exhibiting other negative characteristics, these stories show these groups as powerful, beautiful, and intrepid. End quote. Fanfiction allows for the restructuring of power dynamics, subversion of stereotypes in traditional media, exploration of important and impactful themes, and the correction of harmful portrayals of minority groups using characters and worlds fans are already emotionally connected to. Some of the most profound ideas ever thought of have come through famous literary works. If I were to say to you, life appears to me too short to be spent in nursing animosity or registering wrongs, and we move forward. We look to the future. We work for a better tomorrow. We live. I bet you would find it hard to identify which quote is from a famous work of literature and which one is from fanfiction. Fanfiction is a staple of internet culture celebrating various forms of media. It isn't disrespectful to the original creator. In fact, it is the exact opposite, a kind of love letter to the creator and the creation. It is full of profound, cosmic, heart-wrenching truths and allows for the exploration of ideas not commonly seen in mainstream media. Even if you don't read fanfiction, I hope you come away with a greater appreciation for it and for the people who read and write it.